Welcome back to Almost Live here at Streaming Media East 2016. I have Delix with me, a representative from Panasonic. Delix, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi there. My name is Delix Alex. I'm a product manager for the PTZ product line and IP networking systems.
So tell me what you mean by IP networking systems.
Okay, so when I started in this role, I was a camera guy, but quickly the field started changing into an IP IT world, where all the interfacing is IP based. All the now streamed video, now even power is over Ethernet. So moving towards a single cable or no cable solution.
So as you're transitioning, what you're saying is that essentially no longer do we have a DC connector for the power, an SDI connector for the video. We have a single RJ45 with PoE.
Our entire PTZ product line is PoE plus HD streamed video plus control. If you do need truly live video, you still need the HDMI or HDSDI. Maybe in the future, once true video over IP standards emerge and become standardized, maybe we'll move there as well.
So you talked to me about the IP system solutions. Tell me about the product lineup.
Sure. So we have two different product categories that I'm heavily engaged in. One is our camcorder lineup. That they're heavily used in all sorts of applications, mainly broadcast. It's what we call our AVC Ultra lineup. An example is our AJ-PX270 handheld camera up to our AJ-PX5000 shoulder mount camera. All of them can stream via IP. We actually have a QoS algorithm there too that adapts to network because we stream over cellular. And then moving to the PTZ side of things, we have our AW lineup. Starting at the bottom, we have our HE2, which is more of a electronic PTZ. It uses the image sensor, doesn't have any moving parts. And then we have our integrated PTZs with optical zoom and such. So that's where we start with the HE40, which is our HD PTZ, our UE70, which is our 4K PTZ, and our HE130, our flagship model with a very nice image sensor, 3MOS image sensor.
And if I understand correctly, the AW-UE70 is a works with Wowza product. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so interestingly enough, the UE70 is the first 4K PTZ supported by the Works with Wowza program amongst all manufacturers actually. So we can stream our 4K RTP-RTSP H.264 straight to Works with Wowza. They can package it nicely and deliver it 4K.
So are you encoding within the camera itself?
Yes. So we're doing something interesting there. We're doing simultaneous encoding of both motion JPEG and H.264. Oh, nice. So the camera can actually do 3 motion JPEG and 4 H.264, or total 7 streams at the same time at different bit rates, at different resolutions, and such. So it's pretty powerful, especially with multi-platform devices delivering to different size displays. It's important.
So when you actually do, say for instance, let's skip the motion JPEG for a minute, but when you do the H.264 simultaneous encodes, does it look like it's coming from 4 separate encoders to something like a Wowza media server, or does it look like it's coming from a single encoder?
It's basically, so we're using the RTP-RTSP protocol for the stream, but it's just a different stream identifier at the end of it, stream 1, 2, 3, or 4. So they're all, between the 4 streams, they're all synchronized, so you could pull all of them.
And so the media server itself could then take all 4 of those and package them down into HLS or something along those lines for multi-bit rate or adaptive bit rate.
Yeah, currently that was our first target for protocol. We're now looking at other protocols we could possibly support in camera, but there are plenty of middleware software that can sure.
And does the device itself, the camera, actually record to an SD chip or something along those lines?
That's an interesting question, actually. 2 of our PTZs in our product line are AW-HE40 and AW-UE70. It's actually our first PTZ that has internal recording. We come from a camcorder world where we've done recording, but in the PTZs they've always been for live for the most part. So we're actually recording now in those cameras.
And that file asset that sits there, can I get to it through a secure FTP or some other way, or do I have to physically pull the chip?
You can physically pull the chip. You can. The cameras all have a HTTP web server, so you can go in through a web server and download it, or you can have the camera FTP it, just like you mentioned, and you can script it to do it at different intervals and such. So we have an open API for that.
And is there a limited number? If you can do the 7 simultaneous records, 7 simultaneous transmits, is there a number of records simultaneous?
The record is a single record, so it's the H.264 that has the greatest encoding capability.
Okay.
So it would be like a full. In the case of the HE40, a full HD. In the case of the UE70, could be a 4K.
So it's highest raster size and highest bit rate. Is that where it's?
So in 4K, yeah, on the UE70, it's a 3840 by 2160, so UHD, and it's probably a little under 100 megs in terms of bit rate.
Okay, interesting. And the camera defaults automatically to whichever is the highest bit rate, as opposed to.
There are several bit rate options and frame rates and resolutions you can record. It doesn't have to necessarily be the resolution the camera's system format is. You can record at a different format as well.
So very good. So again, this has been Delix Alex from Panasonic. I'm Tim Siglin with Streaming Media Magazine. We'll be right back.
Thank you.